Yeah, g'day, how yous going? Thought I'd make a little video, a little clip, just off the cuff, just sitting here. I thought, well, say hello and how yous going, people? So, like I said, this is off the cuff, I'm just going to go with it. And whatever comes through to my mind is what I'll talk about, But the last couple I've done really been about depression and ways around it and that. So today, let's talk about something else, a bit more uplifting, Or I'll give you a little bit of an insight into me, maybe. So, like I've said, on the channel it says it's about depression, it's about addiction, it's about this, about that, prison, mental health, fucking mental health facilities, rah. So, I'll give you a little insight into the drug use, addiction use. So, like most teenagers, I picked up the weed and was drinking by the age of 13, 14. And that's gone on throughout my whole life, really. Don't smoke weed anymore because it fucks my head, mate, And I don't really drink anymore either unless I socialise. I don't socialise that much, so I don't drink that much, But that fucking is what it is. But yeah, so I got into the hard drugs proper. The first stuff I tried was the old school speed, when I was around 16. Started using needles when I was young too, around 16. Everyone was shooting it, saw how they did it, so I started shooting it, and fucking that was the end of that. Once you shoot a drug, inject a drug, there's no going back. You don't go back to snorting it or drinking it, licking it, and smoking it. You fucking inject it if you can. So yeah, so I started off with the speed, a bit here, a bit there, on the weekends and stuff like that. And then I was 17 and I was hitchhiking down from Queensland, heading down to Melbourne to where my family lived. I ended up stopping in a place you all would have heard of on the east coast, Byron Bay. This is early 90s, man. This is like 1991, I was 17, so yeah, be around about that. And, hitching, back then, never really had a home. You just, where you laid your head was where you laid your head, mate, It was fucking whatever. So I was sleeping at Byron Bay. I was just sleeping in the bush, got myself a tarp. That's what you do, you just get a tarp, fucking sleeping bag, and you're all good, mate. If it rains, you're under the tarp, it's all good. So it's only just sleeping, mate. You're only doing that 6 hours a fucking day. And you're normally pretty fucking smashed by the end of every day. I was. So it didn't really matter, where you slept, fucking how you woke up, just whatever. Anyway, that's where I first found heroin. Fuck. If I know now what I knew then, or whatever, how that fucking line goes, would never have touched that shit. But yeah, so just sitting around the park with a group of people, they're getting on. I said, yeah, I'll get on. Hey, I'll chip in. Just thinking it's going to be speed, And we walk into the dealer's place, and he comes out and he goes, yeah, got 250s, there was 4 of us. Got 250 bags. He says, yeah, sweet. So we go into a bush, private area, you know. Starts mixing up, and he's got the lighter, he's heating it up. Never heated up speed. What are you doing, bro? You gotta cook it up, man. I've never cooked speed up. He says, no, this is heroin, mate. Well, oh, really? I said, I've never had heroin. He goes, oh, I haven't now. I said, no. He goes, well, good to know, because you have too much, this shit'll kill you. Righto. Anyway, he's mixed it up in the spoon. And we've gone halves in the 50, but let him have the bigger half, you know, because it was my first time. I don't want to fucking die, but I don't want to get fucking ripped off either, you know. So, you know, fuck, I'll be right, mate. So yeah, he had the bigger half, and I had my half, and fucking boom, first, all over, mate. This beautiful, warm glow, just slowly just covered my whole body. All my problems, all the stress, all the bullshit just went away, gone. I was euphoric, I was happy, it was beautiful, it was just like, wow, everything is just so much fucking better now. It's a hard one to describe, mate, you know, it's just, you know, you just try and think of you're having your worst day, right? Where you've got like a bad cold and all your bones are sore and you just feel like shit, you know, and you're doing head miles too, and so you're all fucked up, you know, and you're cold and stuff. And then you just take this thing and then all of that goes away and is replaced with this euphoric, beautiful feeling that just takes over your mind, your body, your fucking soul. That's what it did to me. I just had it and I was, boom, laid back against a tree, you know? Like, wow. So, just sat there laying there for like, I don't know, it's like half an hour. It's like, fuck, yeah, bro. It's like, fuck, yeah. And then, like, so the other people I'm with, 3 other people, they're all users, you know. They use this shit every day because they got a habit, you know. I didn't know much about this habit shit yet. So they're all like, let's get up and walk back into town. I'm like, yeah, right, fucking just trying to get up was a mission. And then walking, like just trying to stay upright, you know? I was gone. But I wanted to stay with these people, you know, like we were 2 I was with. Don't leave me alone in the fucking bush. Like this, like the state I'm in. So walking and we got into town, you know, just went to the local park where I used to just, you know, used to coal bike there, you know, and get a bit of money, get something to eat and shit like that. Yeah, so that was my first. So I went to the park, yeah, and just lay down in the park for the rest of the day. It lasted like 10, 12 hours, this beautiful feeling. Now it's laid in the park and just enjoyed it and loved it and soaked it all in and bang, fucking beautiful, you know? And that was that. And that was it. And so I was in Byron Bay, and every now and then I'd have a little bit of heroin. I'd play with it here and there. Not having any harm, not using it every day. Like I've seen people with habits and started to understand, you get real sick if you don't have it. Don't have it too much, because that's how you form the habit and your body needs it. Now, I was pretty clued on like that from a very young age, that substances, like where you need them to be normal, I was onto that, and I didn't want to become on the heroin an addict. But fuck, it was hard not to have it all the time, because it was everywhere back then, mate. Like nowadays, it's ice, it's everywhere. Well, just imagine ice, but it's heroin. That's how much of it was around. I can only speak for the east coast of Australia, but all up and down the east coast, didn't matter. You could even go into country towns, like go inland, go west inland. You'd get heroin there, no worries. So yeah, that was my first taste of the harder drugs, the heroin. And I'll speak more about this on other videos when I'll do a proper video about it or whatever. Like I said, this channel, I'm just gonna put up videos. They're just gonna come as they come. My stories come as they come, and that's all it is. Because it's 100% real and raw, It's not scripted, so I just, like I've done today, just come on, just talk about what I'm thinking about, what subject comes up. But anyway, yeah, so that was the start of me on the hard drug train, and it proved to be a lifelong battle. Still is. I'm 50 years old. I'm on the methadone program. That heroin got a fucking hold of me, man, throughout my whole life. I'd have a habit on the heroin, and I'd get clean, and get my head back together and shit. But really, what was happening was get on the heroin, get the habit, doing what I do, doing whatever I have to do, then getting locked up and going to prison, getting clean in jail, clean and fit and fucking good in jail, and coming out, back out onto the street. First thing I'm doing, mate, is fucking get me fucking Centrelink check and fucking hook me up, mate. Bang, That's the way it was for 20 odd years. That's just the way it was, mate. Regrets, yeah, like you kind of regret like ever picking up the needle and using the heroin, but I don't regret nothing, because it's how my story's been made. And if that didn't happen, what happened in Byron Bay, then it wouldn't have led to other things that happened. I would have gone on a different tangent, So I don't regret nothing, and I've done some bad shit and that, but I don't regret it. I don't like some of the stuff I've done, but I've done them. Is what it fucking is, mate, We all got a path. Fuck. It is what it is, yeah. So yeah, anyway, that was my introduction really into the heroin scene and to what would become, a real demon for me, amongst other fucking things. So yeah, there you go. Just shared you a little story there about myself. So I'll leave you with that, yeah? Fucking love yous.